again everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build video in The Sims 4. Happy Tuesday, I hope you guys are having the most amazing day ever, and today we are renovating the apartment block 20 Culpepper House in San Myshuno, and we are turning it into a 100 baby challenge apartment. I've been wanting to do one of these for quite some time, however my very good friend Reese is currently doing the 100 baby challenge on Twitch. His name is Reese Moon if you ever want to go and check that out, and I just thought let's build an apartment that he might be able to use for his gameplay at some point. So this apartment sleeps 8 Sims. We have Mum's room with a bassinet, then we've got a toddler's room with 2 toddler beds, and then we have a kids room / teen room with 2 sets of bunk beds. So it's a large apartment. I've never actually renovated this apartment block before, I think because of the sheer size of it. I've never really needed to do a large apartment up until now, of course, but I had a really good time building this and just picking out all these fun colours and making it spacious and fun and making sure all the kids and the toddlers etc had activities, and I think we pretty much nailed it with this one. I think we did anyway. You guys will have to let me know what you think in the comments down below, and if you guys are doing the 100 baby challenge, would this be suitable for you? Please let me know. I have absolutely no problem doing another one if I can go with a different colour scheme or whatever. So we're currently working on the kitchen, and again, very bold colour scheme. I think the main colours, and I'm going to name quite a few, so don't judge me, but I think we've got blue, yellow, pink and purple. They were the main colours for me, and initially I was just going to go blue and pink with a little bit of yellow tossed in, and then I started pulling in all these really cute purple items, so I started to implement a little bit of purple into the decoration as well, and I really like how this turned out. If I was patient enough to do the 100 baby challenge, I would absolutely love to play in this apartment. However, I do not have that kind of patience. If there are any of you that are currently playing this challenge, I'm in awe of you. It is not a challenge that I can see myself doing in any way, shape or form. It's just not for me. It's absolutely not for me, but that is not to say that I don't enjoy doing builds. So if you would like to see a house for the 100 baby challenge, I would absolutely love to do a house. So if you guys have some use for that, please let me know again down in the comments down below. And Rachel, I needed a house for the 100 baby challenge, and if it's within my power, I will absolutely do that for you. So me being me, I'm a bit of a clutter queen, and even in a 100 baby challenge apartment, I was like, I need to clutter this up. I really do. It's still fully play tested, it still works perfectly fine. Personal preference, you guys might want to take some items away. Me being me, I like to add lots of stuff everywhere, just because I feel like, especially if you're taking screenshots for your gameplay, or even if you're just playing along, I just think if it's more visually interesting, then you're more likely to enjoy it. Maybe that's just me, I've no idea. But anyway, so you can see here that we've even added a dining room table. The only thing I did not add were some high chairs. I don't know if you guys would have any use for high chairs. From the gameplay that I've seen, I think high chairs are a bit more of a hindrance than they are of a use, so that's why I didn't put them in. But it really wouldn't take much at all if you wanted to just pop a few down. And again, I was gonna do it, and I'm like, no, I've seen people complain about, because I know there was a glitch. I don't even know if there's still a glitch now. I'm not much of a game player these days. I know there was a glitch with the parents putting the toddler in the high chair and then taking them straight out. I don't know if that's the thing anymore. So long story short, there are no high chairs, but I don't think that's any big deal. So the decor in this apartment is very fun, it's very colourful, it's definitely not my usual style, but I suppose that's a good thing. I think sometimes it's good to come away from your usual style just to try something new, and we definitely did that with this build, and I think that's one of the reasons that I enjoyed doing it so much, is because it is completely different from my usual style. And I also am very excited because I actually get my hands on the Sims 4 cottage living later on this evening, so I'm kind of biding my time at the moment. I'm kind of sat here doing some stuff for my YouTube channel. I'm looking on Pinterest for inspiration pictures for cottages and things, because I'm not much of a cottage builder, but obviously once I get my hands on the new pack, that will be the first thing that I build. It will be some sort of cottage. I have a lot of ideas already, so I'm just ready to get my hands on the new pack, but the whole point of that was I'm not used to building cottages, and so it's going to be really exciting for me to sit down and actually build a cottage, because it's not something that I normally do. And anyway, so this is the living area. I wanted to keep the living area and the dining room and the living room all as one open space, just so that when you guys are playing in here, it's a little bit more manageable for you, I guess, because when you might have 3 toddlers running around, you might have some children, you might have babies screaming in the bassinets. Just depends where you're at in your challenge, I suppose. But I have heard that it's much easier to do if you have a living space that's more open plan. And so I just tried to make it as gameplay friendly as possible, whilst keeping it looking really, really cute. So again, please let me know if you like it and if you'll have a use for it. But the living room is pretty much finished at this point. I just go back and add some even more detail here and there, just because you know me, I'm obsessed with just adding stuff. I'll look at like a gap in a wall or a gap in a room, and I'll just feel the need to fill it with something. I don't know if that's just a me thing or whether other people experience that too. It's maybe just a me thing. I can't keep spaces empty. So if I tried to do like a minimalist modern house or apartment, for example, I think I would really struggle with that, because it's just not in my nature to keep things spacious and open. So again, we're just going in and I'm just finding whatever I can really that screams 100 baby challenge. And I don't know, I know a few other people have built 100 baby challenge apartments in the Sims 4. I have not seen any of them, just because I didn't want to be influenced in any way, shape or form, directly or indirectly. So I really wanted this to just be completely my own. So it'd be interesting to see how this sort of measures up with other people's, I guess. But it's just chaotic, and I'm here for it. I absolutely love it. So Reese, if you do end up using this, I really hope you have a good time in here, because I put a lot of love and thought into this, so I really hope you do have a use for it. And just going back to the high chairs here, I do try to put some in, and then I just decided against it. So this is the children's/teen room. It really just depends, again, where you are in your gameplay. But there are 2 sets of bunk beds in here. We went for a very pinky purple set, and then we went for like a blue and orange set, just because I wanted to cover all bases. I could have kept it completely neutral, but I think the intention was just to keep the bedrooms as colourful as the living space is. So that's why we ended up doing this. You could even fit another set of bunk beds in this room, if you, just depending on where you are in your gameplay. It really just depends on that, but you definitely could do that if you wanted to. And the room next to it is the toddler room, so there are 2 toddler beds in there. And as I mentioned earlier, there is just 1 bassinet in Mum's room. So again, if you need to change things around a little bit, absolutely do. Again, I go back to, it's hard for me to know exactly what you guys require, so I just try and cover as much basis as I possibly can. So I really like the colour scheme in this room, and I'm very happy with how it came out. I like that there's like 2 different colour schemes going on in the room, but it all kind of works together. Or at least I think so. You can definitely tell that there's two completely different themes and colour schemes going on, but I think it works really well as a whole as well. So again, you'll have to let me know what you think. And then I put some computers in here. I believe, is there a bookshelf in this room? Yes, there's also a bookshelf in the room as well, just because obviously your child and or teen Sims are going to want to read some books and work on the computer. I ended up putting some diaries on the desks as well. I don't know what use your Sims would have for them, but I put them on there anyway. I think my sort of intention was just to try and put as much stuff in as I could, because if you don't need it, it's easier to take it out. But yes, this was definitely a lot of fun and a little bit of a challenge for me, because it's outside of my comfort zone. But I always go back to, if you don't work outside of your comfort zone, then you never improve or grow. So I love doing things like this every now and again. I'm not saying I would do it all the time. You know, my comfort zone is definitely suburban family houses, but as you guys probably already know, but it has been really, really fun to do this one. So I just need to talk about this because I've never actually seen, until I think I was doing my last speed build when I found that little pumpkin freezer bunny. Why have I never come across that before? And I was like, I have to use that in this bedroom because obviously it ties in with the orange bedspread. I was like, that is the cutest thing I've ever seen. I need to find that sticker in real life. If anyone is selling them on Etsy, please let me know because I don't even know what I would stick it on. I just need it in my life. Anything to do with pumpkins, I am absolutely drawn to. So, as you can probably tell, I spent a lot of time cluttering up this room, as I do with all of my children's rooms. Even in my suburban houses, I just go absolutely clutter mad in these rooms. I love giving them so much personality, and I just love injecting so much colour and just chaos into these bedrooms. It's one of my favourite things of all time. I'm really interested to see what my take on it's going to be when I'm doing a cottage, because my idea is I want to do like a larger family cottage, because I think I think someone sent me a message on Tumblr and they were like, I haven't seen this personally. From what I've seen on YouTube, and this is just going by the thumbnails, a lot of game changers this time around have actually chosen to do slightly, from what looks like from the thumbnail, slightly larger cottages. So I don't know where this person got this from, but they were like, all I've seen so far are really small cottages with like 1 or 2 bedrooms. So I think the plan for me is to do at least 3, if not 4 bedrooms in the cottage, just because I know a lot of people who play The Sims play with larger families, or at least that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting. So I just want to, I don't know. We don't get very much time between early access and embargo this time around, so I'm only going to have time to do 1 speed build before embargo lifts and before then you guys get access to the pack. But that is not to say that I won't be just playing it solidly for a week, and you're probably going to have a couple of weeks worth of cottages and all sorts of stuff going on, because I just want to try and immerse myself completely in the pack and just enjoy it. I might even do some gameplay. I have no idea what I want to do as of yet, but I already have an idea of what I want to do for my first video, so you'll have to keep an eye out on the channel for that one. But now we are moving on to the toddler's room. I struggled quite a bit with the colour scheme in here. Initially, I was going to go in and just do whatever colours, but then I ended up settling on, I believe, yellow and blue, or at least the majority of it was yellow and blue. And then there are like the odd bits here and there that aren't, but that's okay. You know, it's a toddler's room, it doesn't really matter. And then because the wall height in these apartment blocks are the medium wall height, I felt the need to fill the space, which isn't a good thing necessarily, but I think in some of the rooms I went too far with it, and then in some of the other rooms I probably got it just right. So if you see just stuff all over the walls, like there for example, look how many flowers I put up there. Like, why? What is that all about? That's just me all over. Anyway, and then I end up finding things in the catalogue. I'm like, that needs to go there and that needs to go there, so you'll just see me bobbing back and forth between the rooms. But yes, so this room is absolutely adorable. And then I was like, I have to use this penguin from the Nifty Knitting stuff pack because it's yellow and it has a little blue hat on it. I mean, oh my god, how cute is that? And I think that bears from the base game, which I don't think I've used in quite some time. So I was like, oh, that's perfect as well. And then we ended up just putting a few more details in here. Again, it's probably a bit much. I'm looking back now and I'm like, this is a lot. Like, there's a lot of stuff in here. It's really funny actually, because when I uploaded this to the gallery, I was like, how is this? I think it was like 72,000 simoleons. Oh my gosh. And then I'm like, oh, it's because I just put stuff everywhere. That's why. There's just stuff absolutely everywhere. So yeah, I don't know. There's also 3 bathrooms in here too. And initially I was just going to do an ensuite for mum and then a main bathroom, but then I'm like, no, there's enough room for a 3rd bathroom. And I'm really glad I did that actually, because if you've got a lot of child Sims especially running around, you're going to need that extra bathroom. So, and I did actually include the bathroom footage in the speed build, because I have explained before that I tend to leave it out of my house speed builds just because it makes them too lengthy, but with my apartment speed builds, because it doesn't take me as long to decorate them, I tend to leave it in. I think this apartment from start to finish took me just short of 2 hours. I don't think it took me really all that long. maybe around 2 hours. Yeah, I don't think that's bad at all, actually, considering the size of it and how much clutter I've just put absolutely everywhere. So this is the main bathroom for the apartment. As you can see, you walk in the front door and it's just on your right here. So I thought that was quite a good place to put it. And it's very fun in here. Again, keeping the same colour schemes coming throughout. And this bath shower combination from Parenthood, I love it so much. I don't use it enough because it's very niche. I feel like the patterns on it sometimes don't go with a lot of my builds, but I thought for this apartment it just worked so well with all the cute little elephants on it. Look how cute that is. I feel like we need more stuff like this, and I feel also like if I'm praying one day that we get a Generations either game pack or expansion pack. I don't know what they would sort of do with that, but I'm hoping if we, I mean, they'd be silly not to at this point because the community is just absolutely screaming for it. And so I'm hoping it's in the works. I'm just manifesting it at this point. But I hope with that pack we get more items like we've got in the Parenthood pack, because they are absolutely, when you have a look at the items in that pack, they are absolutely adorable and they work so well in a build like this. And so we end up just cluttering up. You know, it's just a clutter fest. This entire apartment is an absolute clutter's dream. So it'll be very interesting to see if I know it's playable. I know you can access absolutely everything, but if I don't know if you guys are gonna get a bit wound up with how many objects there are. I don't know. If you do, I'm so sorry, but I just got so excited. So this is the third bathroom. It just comes off the sort of like kitchen dining area here. This is the extra one that I decided to put in, and I'm again really glad I did it. It's just a bit of an extra space. Again, bathtub combination. I think it's really going to help when you've got a few Sims living in here. So yeah, that's exactly why I did it. It didn't take me long to do this one at all because there's not much that I could really put in here. I didn't want to overdo it because it is a slightly smaller bathroom than the main one. And then this is Mum's room with the ensuite. It was very important to me that I gave her her own bathroom, just because I think sometimes she's just going to want to get away from all the kids, and this is going to be her sort of oasis. So this is the last room that we end up doing is her bedroom. And this is probably my least favorite room in the house. I don't really know why. I think it's because I couldn't really settle on a colour scheme. And so you'll see me here going in, I'm like, okay, it looks pretty good so far. Yep. And then I was thinking, well, it needs to match the rest of the apartment, and the rest of the apartment is just completely, I didn't want this to be as chaotic, but I definitely wanted it to be as bright and colourful, and I think I just missed the mark. But you know, it's fine. It's absolutely fine. If you want to make some changes when you move your Sims in here, then please go for it. Someone might be able to do this better than me. I have no idea. We gave her a wardrobe and her own computer with a desk as well, just because again she might just want to escape the madness for a while, and this can be where she does that. So I'm just playing around with some items here. I think this one's from the Seasons pack, and it's one that I don't use ever, I don't think, and I was trying to make use of it here. And then I just decided to get rid of it. And then I'm like, right, okay, let's bring some purple, blue and pink into this room, just because that's the colour scheme that we've gone for in the apartment in general. And so let's just try and make it look like it belongs, kind of thing. So you can see that I've put a bassinet in here as well, so that when the mum has a newborn child, this is where she'll be able to put them. And I also didn't quite realise just how big this room was. I think all the rooms are quite generously sized, to be honest. I could have even probably put another bedroom in this apartment, but it was really important to me to get the living space and the kitchen and dining space just completely nailed. So this is how it ended up looking. Anyway, I'm going to leave you guys here because the speed build is very nearly over, but the apartment, you can grab it from the gallery right now. My origin ID is RachelPedd. Tray files, as always, are linked down in the description box below. You can get them from Sim File Share. But thank you so much again for joining me here today, everyone. You guys take care, and I will see you next time I post a speed build. Bye!
Days without water along the sun-soaked road, we crossed over borders that where we are, and it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. Nights without sleeping, 'cause you fear the night. And days without eating, 'cause it ain't enough for two. And it's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you. I did it all for you. It's all for you. It's all for you.